And welcome back to All Over the Map. Thanks for tuning in. On this episode, we're going to play CityGuessr. I believe this is game number 2 by BOKSA, last updated on the 23rd of January, 2022. Map includes the largest and most famous cities in the world, suitable for no moving, which we'll do. We're going to do this as a 2-minute no-move challenge, and as always, the play-along link will be in the description below. If I could get that. Let's get this game underway and see where we fall city-wise. Right off the bat for me, this looks like it's probably London, England, just from the architecture and the road, the trash bins or rubbish bins or trash cans or whatever you call it, reeds, rains. Maybe this isn't London, but England. A guy there on his motor scooter. Okay. Recycle for London. So we are London. Glass chest. So this is always interesting. I guess this is the same house, but although it looks different, it's got the same curtains. That's interesting. Same type of curtains. Maybe they knocked down the wall and they're in between. Let by Nelson's. So looking west there. We got a tall building here. Looking east. Dexter's. So not much here to go off of. I know that these codes might mean something to you playing in England, but for me it doesn't because I don't know it. 38 seconds. All right, we're just going to go in, looking to the east. Tall building that could be anything. I don't think we're in the city of London per se, right there in the middle. Part of me thinks that maybe we're at near Wembley. Looking east, maybe we are. Maybe we're out here in Harleston or something like that. I don't know. Really don't know on this one. This doesn't look like it would be it. Southeast. Well, maybe. Maybe we're like over here near Elmswood. I'm just going to go for this just because it seems like it could be. Now, we were nearly closer to the city lighting than I thought. I was thinking a little further out in Lambeth on, what was the street here? Brook Drive, down from the Imperial War Museum. So whatever we were looking at the east was probably some type of large apartments or flats or whatever you call them. So anyway, 6.2 miles. Get off to the next round. Okay, so we got Rua, Senador, Dantas, Centro, Gama, Vasco da Gama. So maybe this is, let's see, Vasco da Gama. Guys, get some watches there. Brazil. Is this Sao Paulo or Rio? That's the question. Maybe we can find out here. Uno Verde. Part of me wants to say this could be Rio, but I'm not sure. Let's just take a look again at the sign. It just seems a little more tropical with some of those palm trees. But this could be anywhere, I guess. Really. 46 seconds. Sao Paulo or Rio is the case. It's got to be it. One of the two larger cities. I'm going to go with Rio. I know Sao Paulo's not that far. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of hills or mountains nearby, which there are in this particular picture, but I'm going to guess that we're here just on some of these palm trees, but maybe not. And some of this here, I mean, we could be Sao Paulo, but let's just see. I guess that, and there we were. So it was Rio. The palm trees, I guess, were the clue for me why I went there as opposed to Sao Paulo. Not that there's not any palm trees. I don't really know, but it just seemed like the palm trees that are closer to water. If that makes any sense. It's a pretty good guess. 747 yards, actually closer than the London one, which is interestingly enough. So there we were. Lelo Gama. I just say Gama, I think of Vasco da Gama. Okay, so off to the third round, and we've got Cyrillic. We've got a pickup truck, a Ford pickup truck. Interesting. A good old American pickup truck in the middle of what? Okay, so I know people are going to see these signs and know exactly that this is like Moscow or something. And I'm leaning towards either that or St. Petersburg. We might not have been either here. Plates are interesting here. I don't see any blue on them, so I'm going to guess that it's probably Russia. The architecture seems like it's going to be closer. I'm going to go with St. Petersburg on this one, but not entirely sure on this. I don't think it's Moscow, but I think it's closer towards the sort of things you'd see near Finland, the types of buildings here. I'll explain in a minute. I think it's St. Petersburg. But it's these, I don't know what architecture it is, but it's this like very ornate architecture with the outcroppings around the windows and the stone corners of the building. It just feels that way, but not much to go off other than that sign. And it's interesting that there's a Ford pickup truck and a Chevy, so two American cars. So maybe we're not in St. Petersburg. We're in Moscow, so there you go. I was thinking with the architecture that was closer to like what you would see in perhaps Finland or the Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia, etc. But I guess it obviously exists in Moscow too. So 392 miles away. Chose the wrong city on that one. Okay, so we got these these bricks. Again, looking Bolivia-ish with those types of bricks. But here are those lights again. So I got to think about this for a second. Okay, I think there's a good chance that we're in Bolivia with some of these hills. Although it's flat that way. Looks cold, so we're at altitude. Bolivia is the first thing. I think of Peru as well, perhaps. No, I think with these Peru's license plates could be that. I think that's Bolivia. I think on that license plate, that could be Peru. The reason why I'm thinking Peru is because it's flat out this way, but we could be just on top of a mountain. Now, that still looks like there's hills there. And the clouds. All right, I'm just going to go for La Paz in this one. Although, we could be in Peru. I'm hesitant on this one, but I'm going to guess we might be maybe out this way near the Estadio Municipal del Alto, but I'm not sure. I'm going to go for it. And yes, La Paz we were. Just on the other side of town, 5.8 miles, 4,965 points. So not too bad on there. Again, a couple clues there we'll come back and talk about at the end. Okay, so right off the bat here, I say it looks like the United States, but maybe not. This is an interesting car. No, we're United States. Palm trees. 305, I believe, is Miami. unless it's 8:05. The 3:05. The 3:05. Isn't it like Pitbull and the 3:05? Pitbull or DJ Khaled, right? Right? They're like, I think it is. It's got to be Miami. Pitbull's from Miami, right? Or that's where he lives. I don't know if he's from Miami. Got these pay-by-phones everywhere in the United States. Solitaire loading zone. I wonder if that's Brickell City, which is pretty sure that's Miami. It's like Grand Theft Auto too, like that game GTA, Liberty City, etc. Can't tell on that if that's 999. Soul Cycle. Okay. Brickell. Let's go Miami. Downtown Miami. First. Just guessing it first. I think we're here, or in this area. 18 seconds. Flagger first. The 3:05. Yeah, I think the more I think about it, the more I hear that like Pitbull. I can hear Pitbull in my head saying the 3:05. So it's got to be Miami. And there we were. So we were just a little south of downtown Brickell. Okay, so I could have scrolled out or zoomed out and could have seen that. A Brickell Key here. Down the street from the JW Marriott. So yeah, so the 3:05 is the area code when you call Miami. And Pitbull, I guess, I don't know what song or whatever he says it, but he says that quite a bit. So it's now Pitbull's going to be stuck in my head for the rest of the day hearing that. Talking tacos. So we were there near the Chase Bank Soul Cycle on Southwest 9th Street in Miami. So what do we get? We got 23,027. The one place that we fell off a little bit was there, St. Petersburg, when it was actually Moscow. Could have. I mean, it was a choice between the two for me, but missed out on that one. Hence the 23,027. Could have got a little better. I'm going to get into the game breakdown now. And let's just go round by round and take a look at this. The first round, we went off to London, England. Pretty straightforward on this for me. This looks like London. There's English on the streets. And, yeah, I mean, it just, this is London. The trash can, that's right. So the trash can, the license plates, the trash can, or as you would say in England, the rubbish bin, hopefully I got that right, is London on there. Recycle for London, as they say. And there we go on 54 Brook Drive. The second round, we went off to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And again, some of these, these rounds, you probably can guess. There's not enough clues to see if you're in if there's major cities, multiple in a country, to see if it's in Rio or let's say Sao Paulo, for instance. In this one, I thought it could have been two. These street signs look awfully familiar for me. I don't know Brazil enough to distinguish if these street signs are the same in Sao Paulo as Rio. But why I went to Rio in this case was just some of this tropical looking landscape here, and some of these palm trees. So I think there's palm trees. So these palm trees here just seem like they're closer to the ocean. Could be totally off on that, but that's just what it seems to me. So I went with the one that was a little closer, which is Rio, or to a body of water, I should say. So Rio de Janeiro there. The third round, we went off to Moscow, and you saw the Cyrillic. For me, on this one, it could have been either or. The reason why I went to St. Petersburg is just some of the ornate structures around the windows here and all the way down the street. You see this, and I could be wrong on this, in Finland, some of the Latvia. You see some of this architecture in these countries, and maybe there was a reason for it at some time that somebody could clue me in on. Yeah, so that was the case there. I guess the other thing that threw me off a little bit, there's a Ford think this is an Expedition. So not a pickup truck. It's actually a SUV. And then a Chevy car, which are American cars, which is always interesting. So I thought maybe this is closer to the Baltic or whatever. So in any case, no, we're in Moscow. So there we are. The one thing I did notice here are how there's a little graffiti. Streets are relatively clean, or like seem new. So nonetheless, that was just something I put out. A lot of cameras everywhere, though. That's on Sandunivsky Perelok. Fourth round, we went off to La Paz, Bolivia. And quite frankly, I've had this numerous times. The clue for me on this one, why it was La Paz, is this building here, the architecture. So maybe this game of CityGuessr is more about architecture, identifying architecture to a certain extent. And here's those bricks that you see with the, looks like concrete frames on these buildings you see in La Paz. Then I just had to confirm, are there hills or mountains? Yes. And you see those same type of architecture stacked upon stack upon stack on these hills surrounding La Paz. And the only reason why I thought it could have been Peru, but then I thought about is if we're off here, there could be ocean or water, because you do see this type of landscape in Peru, but Peru is a little more dry. So nonetheless, got it right there in La Paz, or at least close to it. In the fifth round, we went off to Miami, Florida. The clue for me just looks like in the United States. You see the palm trees, so you've got to be either at this level here. You could be California. There's not as much identifier other than what I thought was 305. And yeah, like I said, Pitbull comes to mind when I hear the 305. And there we were in Miami, Florida. So with that said, hopefully appreciate this one. I see a lot of people have discovered the channel over the past week or so. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing as well. Continue to do a bunch of these games. And if you do like them, hit the like button. The more likes, the more comments, the more people that subscribe, the more that I'll do this on a daily basis, and more content I will bring to all over the map. With that said, as always, appreciate each and every one of you. Till next time, cheers.